I got a little project going on today. I'm putting the VTEC head back on my GSR. I totally rebuilt the motor. Lots of odds and ends around here. Just going to be going through a couple little steps on how to put the head in. Fresh head studs. I'm going to start by putting these ARP head studs in there, heavy duty. These should be changed every time the head comes off. A lot of people will reuse them over and over and over. It's cheap insurance. Every time that head comes off, you should put a fresh set of head studs. A lot of controversy on that. I like how now they're coming with the assembly lube. That's kind of nice. I'm just going to go snug with these. A lot of times when I tighten them down, you know, really tight, it's hard to get the head on there. So I'm just going to go just past snug. I can hear air seeping out past the assembly lube. I'm going to go back over them all a second time and just snug them up after it's all done. You kind of hear air, like little air pockets in there as you're tightening it down. Well, my next goal here is going to be to clean this surface, and I'm going to clean the head. I'm going to use brake cleaner. But before I do that, I'm going to get this number 1 piston to top dead center, or at least as close as I can. I know 100% the transmission's in neutral. I'm going to put the underdrive pulley back on. I'm just going to stick it on there real quick and try to twist. Normal mechanics, they'll use the power steering pump and twist. Obviously that's not here right now. So I'm just going to go try to spin the underdrive pulley, try to get that thing top dead center. I'm going to try to get this this head mating surface very, very clean. Probably should be using a microfiber towel. I have these blue shop towels. I'm just trying to get any oil, anything that's going to make the head gasket not seal. A little bit of brake cleaner and some. I wouldn't use regular paper towels. The little pieces can get off in there. These blue ones are a little better. Even the second time around, I'm still pulling a little dirt. I know it's hard to see, but that's my second go at it. Still a little oil and residue. I'm going to do it a third time until this towel comes back clean. I'm going to drop the head gasket on here. I've been using these JB Pro Seals. My tuner says they're really good quality, so I'm going to go with that. And pretty nice too. They give you, if your engine's bored over, you can get this specific size, different thicknesses and whatnot. I'm going to end up doing the same sequence here for cleaning the head. I want the head to be oil free when it touches that fresh head gasket. I'm just going to flip it up on in. Easier said than done, right? Just going to try to get that as best as I can. Same kind of deal. that go down. I'll go over this one more time. Just removing any dirt and oil. That's all I'm after here. Dirt and oil. Try to get any of that little dust out of there so it doesn't end up in my oiling system. Alright, I'm going to drop this on. One thing I forgot to talk about while I was over by cleaning off the head over there, these little dowel pins, what I did was while the head was in the air, one side fits into the head really nice, and the other side not so much. So what I do is when the head is off, I'll check that, and I seen that this side went into the head very nice. So I'm going to leave that up, and the other side will go into the block. And it just makes it easier to drop it on. You're not forcing it or struggling with it. The block seems to take either side, but the head, it's picky. Seems that only one side wants to go in the head. I like to do this with the manifold on because it gives me a little more leverage. It's going to get a visual through the holes in the head. Looking down, it looks good. Feels like I'm hitting something back here. I don't know what. It's probably the aftermarket fuel filter I added. And I'm going to weasel this thing down as best as I can. Sure I'm not pinching nothing. No vacuum lines, nothing stupid in there. Alright. And hopefully this is where it sets in. Right there. Perfect. Alright, back to the ARP kit. I'm going to start throwing the washers in there. The washers that come with to keep the head on. It helps to have a couple of flathead screwdrivers and a magnet. You may need that in case something goes where you don't want it to go. So I'm going to open these up. Each one of these, I'm gonna put some of that assembly lube on each washer, top and bottom. This will ensure the correct torquing. And what I like to do is take a screwdriver and line it up with the head stud. So hopefully it falls right down in there. I know you can't probably see it, but that one did not fall down in there. So I take the second screwdriver and I kind of move it over so it does seat. That one's seated. Now, put the nuts on there. I just like to put just a little bit of lube on the inside thread. Just a little bit. It'll spread itself out. I mean, you can almost use the same technique with a screwdriver. Just to drop it in there. It gets it close. What I do is I'll take my pinky and I'll thread it with my pinky or any finger. It gets it started. Just gonna go snug all these up just till they barely start to bite in the order that the book says, which I will show in a minute. Got that off to the side. And I'm gonna start torquing down these head studs. I'm going by the old school Haynes manual. I'm actually going to go a little bit tighter than specifications. But they give you the sequence right here on the order to torque the studs down, and then in the beginning of the chapter somewhere they list cylinder head bolts. It's probably really hard to see, but there's a two-step process. It says 21 and 61 if you have a b18 C1, 63, so 22 and 63. I'm going to go 10% tighter because I'm blowing so much boost through this engine. So I think that I'm a little past OEM specifications. So first I'm going to do a 22 in that particular order that the book says, so it lays flat. There's 22, I heard it click. Now it said to go 63 for step 2. I'm going to go 70 because of the high horsepower application. It's 70 right there. Alright, same sequence. Number 1. Number 10. I'm going to try to get a little bit of that assembly lube out of the hole in here. Just try to clean it up a little bit so it doesn't mix with the oil more than it has to anyway. Alright, the head is torqued down.